Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Darshan from Synnex. Today we have Mr. Abin Roy Choudhury from AccessifyLabs, the CEO. Abin, thank you so much for being a part of India Banking Summit and Awards.
Thank you, Darshan.
Thanks a lot. Abin, I would like to ask a couple of questions with your permission. Can I?
Yes, please.
Thank you so much for that. So, would you like to share your thoughts on current opportunities and challenges in India market?
Sure. So, Darshan, I think the one of the biggest challenges currently in the Indian market is that there is almost 90 million population where there are people with disability who does not have access to the digital front. It's not that it is intentional, but it is ignored, right?
Okay.
Because what has happened is that organizations did not think about accessibility from the very beginning, right? And because of that, the core aspect that has happened is the entire design process has not worked really well,
Okay.
right? The shift left hasn't happened,
Right.
and because of that, now banks are having to do a retrofit, right?
Okay.
So they are doing accessibility at production level, which is 30x more expensive
Okay.
than if they would have done it at the beginning, which is at the design phase, that would have costed just 1x, right? So I think the challenge that I see mostly is that with the digital boom happening in India, especially in the banking space, which is growing over like 4x every year on the digital transaction part,
Okay.
the capability of being able to cater to an inclusive environment is missing.
Right.
And I think that is the challenge that needs to be solved very quickly so that we can address the 90 million population
Okay.
to be able to use the banking services.
And hope that can be done by AccessifyLabs as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I mean, one more question. You being yourself an industry expert, how do you see banking industry in next 5 years?
Yeah. That's a very interesting question. So I think banking industry with the advent of AI is obviously going to the next level of digital transformation. Now, because it's going to the next level of digital transformation, the important element will be how do you create an environment which caters to a proper software development process, which has inclusivity, which has scalability and capability together.
Okay.
Right? And while banks do want to get to the stage, inclusion is a piece where it is not yet ready.
Okay.
The US market, Europe market is much more mature. They have done it. The laws and compliances have been there for quite some time. But the good news is in India right now, the laws have also started to be getting enforced. Right? So banks are having to do that change. SEBI has a guideline. RBI is now pushing for making sure things are inclusive. Now with that, the aspect is I feel the banking segment as it booms, it needs to start thinking about scale and inclusion together. Right? That's the bigger picture that I think the banks have to move to.
Right. Thank you. I'm not going to take much more time. One last question
Sure.
to you. How about your overall experience, for India Banking Summit with Synnex?
Awesome. First of all, I'd like to thank Synnex for hosting an event like this and bringing the banking leaders all in one space, right? Which is very important. And the other important aspect is that, I'm very thankful for you giving the platform to AccessifyLabs to be able to talk about inclusion and bringing the perspective of the 90 million people plus people with situational and temporary disabilities and bring that message to the leadership saying that you should do something about this if you haven't done it. And if you have done it, let's talk about processes where you can be self-sustainable. So I think Synnex is giving that platform, bringing in the leaders, sharing the knowledge not only from the perspective of banking, but the other additional elements of security, compliance, AI, and inclusivity, right? So I think that's a great initiative, and thank you for providing us this platform.
Thank you so much for your good words about Synnex and your thoughts, what you have shared with us. I hope I can see you in my next summit as well.
Absolutely. Pleasure being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.